Spartans! What is your profession?
Oh, to make beats.
Yeah. Alarm clock scream, oh. Yeah. Alarm clock screaming. Man, that's 4 a.m. Sun ain't even thinking. I'm already in. Hit the iron clanking, beast mode, fully activated. Mind is sharp, I'm on fast, there ain't no time to crash. Quick wrist, hit the box, sign the price. I'm heating up, clear the mind, get the toxins out. I'ma leveling up, by the time you're waking up, I'm already past the peak. Got my first dub before you even brush your teeth. Logging 9 to 5, oh, yeah, the normal job. Solve a day before them, I'm a high prop, solve a killer, coke, emitter, pull request it clean. But that's just the warm-up, know what I mean? Don't you hit my phone, man, I'm not available. Every minute on my schedule's unassailable. I don't got the time, man, I'm on a mission. You see a busy schedule, I see ammunition. I love this damn grind, I don't need a break. You can sleep on me, I'll be wide awake. Got no vacancy, my calendar is locked. I'm obsessed with winning, man, I'll never be stopped. Clock out at 5, swap the keyboard at the street. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, man, I don't retreat. Mind on the mats, I'm rolling, tap and learn. Keeps the mind sharp, gotta get the burn. Then I flip the switch, man, the dad mode's on. Coaching pretty ball, y'all, on a damn lawn. Playing with my son Benji, give him all he needs. Yeah, I feed my damn family and I plant my seeds. Home quick meal, then the second sign I hit. Back to the command center, man, I never quit. Don't you hit my phone, man, I'm not available. Every minute on my schedule's unassailable. I don't got the time, man, I'm on a mission. You see a busy schedule, I see ammunition. I love this damn grind, I don't need a break. You can sleep on me, I'll be wide awake. Got no vacancy, my calendar is locked. I'm obsessed with winning, man, I'll never be stopped. My focus is insane, man, how you think I last, man? Twice a week I'm doing 48-hour fasting. Sometimes time to 72, no food, just the clarity. You see a sacrifice, I see the real in me. Now the week ain't done, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. 2-hour tech live stream, ain't no time for wordplay. Saturday, shit for content, ain't no time to chill. Recording 3 new videos, man, the flow was ill. Then it on the grind, chop and make it clean. Then it hit the thumbnails, build the whole machine. Schedule out the content, coaching my barbarians. This ain't work to me, this is oxygen. Don't you hit my phone, man, I'm not available. Every minute on my schedule's unassailable. I don't got the time, man, I'm on a mission. You see a busy schedule, I see ammunition. I love this damn grind, I don't need a break. You can sleep on me, I'll be wide awake. Got no vacancy, my calendar is locked. I'm obsessed with winning, man, I'll never be stopped. Locked in, every damn day. For the family, for the code, for the match, for the team. I'm not available, I'm building. Tech barbarians, let's go. Woo! Hey.
Welcome. How is everyone doing today? Hopefully you are having a phenomenal Thanksgiving week. I am Tekotrov. We are engineered to win. It's Tuesday night. We are 2 days away from Thanksgiving. Not even 2 days, because it's Tuesday night. Thanksgiving is all day on Thursday. What are your plans for Thanksgiving? What are you going to be doing? Who are you going to be hanging out with? You're going to go see some family? Or you're gonna hang out, stay home, do some work. Who knows? What are your plans for this upcoming thing? Do you even celebrate Thanksgiving? Some people actually don't. Some people actually don't. I'm just here to hang out, have fun. I believe 9 out of 10 chances that we will be live on Thursday because we have to continue working on our OBS plugin. I don't see any reason at the moment that we should not be live. So that is my current plan right now, for us to go live, continue working, because we do not miss. All right. Tonight, we are going to be working on the time cost calculator. We're going to continue doing our Flutter test, widget test, unit test, integration test, because people do not understand how important testing is testing out your application. I believe it or not, did not test out the last release as properly as I should because I didn't have all my tests in place. And my guy Junior was there like, hey, I don't think this should work like this. And then I found a few issues. I'm like, all right, I have to go back and clean it up. We got it worked out, and now we are good. But to prevent that in the future, we need to get all of our tests in place. From the, get the unit tests, those are pretty solid. The widget tests, they're kind of out there, and then we need to make sure that we have our integration tests running perfectly, so we can just run our test and everything. We get the green check marks that you see on the thumbnail, and we know that it is safer. It's you'll never be perfect, but if we can be a little safer, then we are in a good spot. All right, so that's what we're going to continue working on tonight. Tomorrow, I'll get into tomorrow afterwards, but so that's the plan for tonight. Before we jump to the show, I just have to housekeeping really quick. I just have to thank you so much who ride with me, learn all these difficult technical concepts. What we have fun, sometimes we struggle, sometimes we win. Had great on Sunday. We saw so many issues up and off S3. Make a figure we wanted to go to our S3, and then get the work try. I put this in Discord on Sunday to show that the reason we failed was because that the audio that I recorded was not long enough for transfer. So it means we have that part. So we come back something Sunday, we have to record a size audio and do the analysis, and then we can go to the next step. So we are on our way. I'm so excited about that. Hopefully you tune in and you join in on the festivities the rest of this week, right? But with that being to me, and for that, I gotta say that I truly appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
A big shout out. We had an amazing Scrum night this past Sunday, and we had an amazing vibe code and chill the Saturday before that, and then this coming Saturday, I posted the recording of our vibe code and chill from last week, this past Sunday. But with that being said, I just have to say that we work so hard inside of the Tech Coach Ralph Patreon at techcoachralph.dev. So many live events are our Scrum nights, our Vibe Code and Chilled, answering questions, the chat messages, whatever. And what I'm working on now as well, because as I am opening up the coaching portal, the self-coaching portal, which can also do one-on-one coaching as well. But I was like, you know what? I want to make it available for my Patreon members. So I'm working on getting the integration and authentication that if you are a Patreon member, then you can get access to it on the house. All right. So I'm going to be working on that in the next couple of weeks. But I'm sending out invites to people to sign up, start trying it out. Right now for the invite stage, there's no charge for it. But there's so many different features. Maybe on Thursday, I will do an updated walkthrough on all the features and how it can actually help you. Maybe not all the features, but maybe the main features, how it can help you. But I just want to help out and give back and help those that I work with closely organize and those who actually invest in themselves. So I just got to say that the Tech Barbarians, the Patreon members, we are the absolute best. There is no one better.
We the best.
And definitely, and maybe I have to see if I can make this available for the YouTube channel members. I'm not 100% sure if I can make the tech coaching portal available to them, just because how YouTube integration works. But shout out to the YouTube channel members who allow this very content here to go across the entire world. So many different languages, whether it's by caption or audio dubbing, getting this tech message, helping people across the entire world level up their technical skills. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
All right. Lastly, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do so. I am trying to deliver to you content that is going to help you to level up your tech skills, level up your career skills, what type of news we should be reading, what type of people in the tech space, in the career space to be looking at to see how we can maneuver, how we can pivot, what should we learn, all of that stuff. So that is, so that's why I ask you to subscribe to the channel and to like the video and to share it with your friends so that we can all grow and win together, get the right mindset, get the right work ethic, all of that good stuff, right? So thank you so much. All right, quick announcements. Tomorrow we are going to be premiering the software explorations, concept and overviews. I'm going to be talking about my secret trick, my secret weapon to how I use Gemini 3 Pro. It is crazy, but it's going to be super helpful. So I'm going to be premiering that tomorrow at noon Eastern time. Looking forward to seeing you there, and I can answer any of your questions. So I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow and Thursday. Like I said, I believe that we're going to be going live. I believe we're going to be going live. I have no reason not to. It might be earlier in the day. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I will schedule it and we'll go from there, right? But we're going to be continuing working on our OBS plugin. I'm still not sure yet how I'm going to be able to show OBS while using OBS. So that is something we're going to have to figure out, but we will do it together. All right. That is the plan that we have for this upcoming week. And guess what? No work, no jiu-jitsu on Friday. So maybe, who knows? Maybe Friday we also get a stream. I don't know yet. I don't know. That one I cannot guarantee. I will keep you posted. Okay. All right. With that being said, I want to jump into a semi icebreaker. It's not really an icebreaker, but it doesn't really fit in with the rest of the show. So I'm going to do it as an icebreaker. All right. So let's do it like this, right? You saw the debacle that I had with Gemini 3 Pro last week, right? Where I asked it to analyze my jiu-jitsu video, and it didn't go too well. It didn't go well at all. It got it totally wrong. It didn't know who I was. It didn't know what moves that we did. And I was like, if it can analyze a pickleball video, it can surely break down a jiu-jitsu video. Apparently not. But I still love Gemini 3, and I'm gonna give it another chance to do something else though. You guys know that we have the 2-screen format, right? And if you guys see it, my upload speed is 101 right now. Right outside this door, it was like almost 200, and the download was like 800. So it must be something in the room that I'm in, right? Either way, what I want to do is ask Gemini because you see, all right, you guys won't see my mouth, but there's so much real estate. That is between the lower third and the 2 screens and me. And I want to ask Gemini, are you able to better organize this screen? Right. So I'm going to take a picture of the screen. Let me see. Save preview screenshot. Let's see. I'm gonna go to Gemini over here. Did it? Nope, it didn't paste it. Where did it? All right, I think I know where it saved it to. So I'm gonna go over here. So basically, what I want to do, I want to see if Gemini can take that image that I saved, and if it can better organize it into a. Yeah. So I'm gonna drag this right here, and now I can go over to the screen, right? So I want to ask Gemini if it could better set up the screen layout, right? So I'm gonna say I have a scene in OBS that shows 2 of my screens, has a lower third, and because I saw an article that said that Gemini should be pretty decent at doing UI UX. I don't know, but I'm gonna ask it to see, could you help me organize my screen and a camera or a video capture of me I see that there is a lot of real estate that is not being used. Can you use the attached image to help me to help me with a layout that will better fit the screen and not have so much wasted real estate? And now what I learned from the jujitsu video, I'm gonna give Gemini a little bit more information so it doesn't go off the rails on me. All right. All right. So I'm gonna say in the attached image, it has the left screen and right screen, and then I am on the bottom left, smaller, and a lower third. How could we best lay out this scene? All right, so that's my prompt. That's what I want it to do. And let's see how Gemini is able to handle that, because I am not in love with this layout, because like there's so much, like I can show you now, right? There's so much real estate over here that I'm like, this doesn't, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. So we're going to see how Gemini, if Gemini is able to come out with a better layout for us based on that image that we attached, and then we can go from there. All right, so it says, this is a classic streaming challenge fitting two 16:9 widescreen monitors on a single 16:9 canvas. Because the aspect ratio matches the canvas shape individually, putting them side by side forces you to shrink them down to fit the width. And I'm okay with that. Leaving massively empty space above and below. You see that the space above, I can live with that. The space below, it just drives me crazy, you know? So there's got to be a better way to do this, right? Here are 3 distinct layout strategies to maximize your screen real estate and improve readability for your users, specifically tailored for coding and technical demonstration. All right, I'm happy to know that that's what we're doing. The focused hero layout, best for readability. This layout assumes that at any given moment, one screen is more important than the other. Example, you are actively typing on one while the other is just for reference / results. It's not really what we're doing here. Kind of need to see both. It says primary screen hero. Scale this to occupy roughly 75% of the screen width, aligned to the left. Secondary screen, scale this down and place it in the remaining vertical strip on the right. Yeah. Your viewers can actually read the code where when you switch tasks, you can toggle a second scene where your screen I don't know about that one. The center crop split for best efficiency. If you look at your screenshot, the critical information, the terminal, and the speed test is mostly in the center of the monitors. The left and right of your desktops are mostly empty. That one could work. The top bottom stack, best for vertical flows, for vertical workflow. This is unconventional, but works great for coding if you arrange your windows correctly on your actual desktop. Layout, the screen one, crop the bottom half and place it at the top of the canvas. I don't really like these options. Would you like me to generate a visual mock-up of what option 2, the center crop, would look like? Maybe option 2 does sound like it's the best, because if we're looking at this, we could crop like over here and like over here. Not crazy about it, to be honest, but it could work. Let me see. Let me take a look at my sources. We have. Oh wait, hold on. Let me switch back to this one. Take a look at it. So in here we have. So we're just copying over the from the other scene. So if we were to just, let's just see the, all right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a look at the mockup, and I'm not gonna do anything now because it's gonna mess up everything on the stream if I try to move things around right now. But let's see how Google's able to create how Gemini 3 Pro is able to create our visual mock-up for option 2. Yes, I would love to see a visual mock-up of option 2. Let's see how that's going to come out. Let's see how that one kicks in. I'm gonna after this I'm gonna do another prompt that I only see on vertical mode. What the heck is this? Is that it? That doesn't look exactly like what I just put. That looks exactly like what I put. Am I missing something here? Don't these two look exactly the same? I mean, am I crazy? Am I crazy here, or does this look exactly the same? The mock up produced looks exactly like the screenshot that I uploaded. Maybe this might be 0-2 for Gemini 3 Pro when it comes to these visual and video analysis type stuff. Like for the coding and for stuff like that, I love it. But for this, all right, it says, since I cannot manipulate your actual OBS live, please let me generate a precise wireframe diagram that compares your current geometry to the proposed. What in the world is this? I really don't know what I thought you were going to provide me an image mock-up of how the layout could look. I am getting a little confused by what. Okay, now it's using Nano Banana, or it used Nano Banana earlier, and it did not. I don't know. And this is Nano Banana Pro, not just regular Nano Banana. It is Nano Banana Pro. I will slowly back away if this is what you're giving me. I'm gonna slowly back away and just stick to using Gemini for what I know, because they're making all these claims, and I don't know. Well, now we're talking, right? I actually kind of like that. I could live with that. Kind of. I mean, I see some modifications, right? I would probably take this and like cut it up over here. I'll take this and I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I make them. I don't know. Or what we could do. Let's try everything. I know I said I wasn't gonna try this, but I can't help myself. I cannot help myself. How easy can I undo this? Let me see. If I move this, can I undo it? Oh yeah, I can undo. All right. So let's say I were to go to. What if we leave this on top, we move, oops. What if we were to go to lock that one and we move. But it's still gonna. I'll figure it out. I will. I was just playing with it for a second. Anyways, let's go ahead and it did a decent job, right? This is what it came up with. It's okay, but it's still not great. I got to think about it some more. What's the best layout? But for now, we'll use what we have. We will use what we have. All right. But I have a question for you. And also check the chat, right? So I'm gonna ask the question, but I'm also gonna make it as a poll, right? So the question is, what is more important to you, right? When watching a video or a live stream, is it the audio quality or the video quality? That's my question, right? So I'm going to put the poll up. What is more important to you when watching a video or live stream? Audio quality, video. So two options, audio quality or video quality. That's what I want to know, because I'm always working on both and tinkering on both, but I have my thoughts on what's more important, but I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are on what's more important. If it's the audio, you know, how great I look right now, or the audio, how great I sound right now. What's more important to you when you are watching a video? Is like if it gets grainy, but you can hear clearly, or if the audio has like a bunch of background noise and you can't really hear the person, but they are absolutely beautiful. Let me know your thoughts. Let me get to the chat, because it is time, and we got my guy Junior in the building. Hits me with the what's up, family. What's good with you, Junior? Hopefully you are never. I take that back. I'm not gonna say hopefully, because it's just a nice thing to do. But I know that you are having an amazing week, and I just want to celebrate that week with you. Shout out to my guy Junior. And it depends. It depends if the audio or the video is more. I guess you're right. But for the most part, in general, right? For like most of the things that you watch, would you say it's video or audio? From like, I don't know. Let's say for what you watch the most, would you say audio is more important or video is more important? We got my guy in the building, not a bishop, but a beloved brother in the building. What's up, Rod Brown? Rod Brown says, good evening, family. Good evening to you as well, Rod Brown. And he says, if I'm watching to see something, video is more important. That makes sense. But yours says on large part, audio probably takes precedent. Yeah. Because if you like, all right, here's an example, right? Here's an example. If someone has great audio, great video quality, but they're muted, right? Like if I go like this, right? I literally just said, and you can't hear anything I'm saying because I just muted myself. What purpose does the video actually serve you? However, on the other hand, I don't know how it came up into my feed, but there are these, I guess they're sisters or something like that. And maybe they're in the Philippines or Thailand or something. And all they do on their channel is cook. They don't say a word. All they do is cook, and they cook outdoors, and it's like big meals and stuff like that. And I would say that the audio for their videos doesn't exist, but they have millions and millions of views. Because of, I mean, other than like the food that they're cooking, but they have good video quality. So I do see, but I think for me, I think for the most part, people would probably value better audio quality, because we are mostly listening people than we're visual, but we also want to embrace the content. All right. Let me see. My guy Rod Brown says, speaking of audio, I have a new audio track queued for tomorrow's live stream. Let's go. I will be there. And there's a high likelihood that I will be out of jiu-jitsu early because all we've been doing is sparring this week because it's the holiday time. So during the holiday, all we do is fight, right? So I should be there at the beginning of the show. All right. Junior says, I think I saw those ladies, but absolutely in those cases, video is more. Yep, totally agree with you on that because they don't talk. But the food that they cook looks amazing. Some of it looks a little scary, but for the most part, it looks amazing. All right, but we're gonna get into work. We are going to get to work tonight. All right. Let me get this down and let me go ahead and open up my. Come on. All right, there we go. I'm going to open up my Android Studio. And we are going to open up the actual project that we're working on, which is going to be time cost calculator. And I am going to throw up our first 20 minutes on the clock. Let's go. Let's get it.
It's time to do.
Okay, so we're going to go over to this screen and we are going to continue our quest to getting better tests so that Junior can stop finding bugs in my software. That's my goal. I want Junior to stop finding bugs, right? I want him to say, "Oh, it works perfectly," which nothing ever works perfectly, but that's my goal. That's my ambition. All right. Let's go over to our test. So last time we were doing which test were we doing? We were doing let's run these tests to see what happens. Run test. All right, all those are failing. So these are not the tests that we ran last time because there were more that were failing. So let's try incomes. All right, I think this one is actually working though. Let me see. So the income setup screen, I believe. So that one is working. So the shout out to that. What is this one? Let's run these. There's only one in there. Oh, okay. There is only one in there. All right. So, well, let's focus on getting this one to work then. And then we can actually get to so let's get this one to work and then we'll get back to the other test. Let me see. Validate yearly income input field only takes currency. Well, if that's the case, it's probably going to the wrong screen is what my assumption would be. I'm going to say if it can check. Let's go to, can you check if this widget test is still valid? And the reason I'm using Kilo right now, I'm using the coding assistant right now is because I want to check if it's still valid inside of the code base as opposed to asking how to fix it first, right? Still valid based on the current conditions of the code base and features. Don't write or fix any tests. Just let me know if it's still valid. Let's go to ask a question, send it off. And let's see. I'm going to actually pop this out to be let's put it over here so we can see it better. I'm going to make that bigger. gonna that. All right, cool. So the widget test is not valid based on the current code base. The test content mismatch, actual app structure. It does not have a simple counter increment on the home screen. The test contains a leftover default test that has no relation. All right. Would it be better to just delete it? And then what I want to do is I want to get the basics of a test, of like additional tests created, but I don't want it to try to get them to pass. I would rather go back and forth with the Gemini and the browser to get it to pass myself. Says yes. All right. So I said I'll take care of it myself. I'm just gonna delete that test. All right. So now let's go back to this one. And I am going, so let's run this one again. And we have, let me see if any tests actually passed. Oh, it looks like nothing passed. All right, so the first test that is failing is that the first one? No, that's not the first one. So the setup, the mobile apps. All right, so calculator shows correct initial state with saved income. All right, so let's try to get this one to work. And now I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna pass it into Gemini because you have no idea how important it is to have properly working unit tests. Do I have let me see if I can find the old one. Let's see. Do I have the old one in there? There we go. So we're gonna use, I'm just gonna continue on this one, right? So I'm gonna say, I am trying to run this test right here. This test. But I am getting these errors, right? And I'm gonna copy from the code or from the console. Here are the errors. And that's the thing, like with these AI platforms, not knowing anything about coding and tech and stuff like that, you can only go so far. But the fact that we built this app last year and now we're trying to add to it, enhance to it, add better testing, we're able to understand what the code is telling us, and we can always know what to dive deeper into, which is essential for being able to work with these platforms. You know, like, am I the best Flutter developer? Absolutely not. I'm probably below the worst, right? But I am resourceful enough to know what tool to use, when to use it, right? Says the error, all right, message corrupted has been happening because your app is trying to load a Google ad, but the test environment cannot handle the platform channel. Even though you have a check in your code, if const bool from environment variable Flutter test default value false. This check evaluates to false, meaning run the ad, because Flutter test does not automatically set the environment variable. You have to pass it manually to use a better check. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Honestly, that's why last time when we were, like, maybe 2 weeks ago when things got all messy, was because I was using Kilo code and it started making changes, and I have seen that these, you know, Cursor, Kilo, maybe most likely Kiro, most likely Windsurf. I haven't used any of those, but they don't do the best job in writing tests, and then they start modifying the application code to try to make the test pass, and it can get kind of dicey, right? So this the permanent code fix: update your main Dart to correctly detect when a test is running without needing special command line flags. In your main Dart, find the my banner add widget state at the very bottom and update the init state. So it says if low, all right, so it says init state, and it says check if we're testing platform environment works automatically in Flutter. We can also check K is web because platform.environment crashes on web. Okay. This works because you already import the dart.io at the top of your file. Run with flag. So okay, so if I run it with the flag of test being true, then that should work. Which one is better? Only load. All right, so let me go check their option 1 first, right? And then option 2 isn't too hard to do. So let's go over here, and I am gonna go to main.dart, and we're gonna search for this, and let's minimize that. So over here, load ads. Where, let's see, load add. So over here, they're saying that, all right, so from environment, flutter.test default value false. So they are saying that we should say we should do this, and then we should update this to say is test. That is what they're recommending us to do. So now if we were to go back to here and we run this again, and it's so much easier when you actually have the control and you know why you're doing what you're doing. All right, so now it still failed, but let's see why it failed. All right, so now that it failed, but it's failing for a better reason. It's not for the same reason as before. So that is a victory in our book. I'm gonna get me the soundbite of flawless victory from Mortal Kombat. Let me see if I can find that right now. You see, I get so distracted. Let me see. Oops, not Instagram. Sounds. And let me see if we do flawless victory. I get so distracted. I'm sorry. Victory. That doesn't sound too good. Flawless victory. Oh, I like that one. Let me see. I don't know if you can hear it, but come on. What's flawless victory? Nah. Flawless victory. Flawless victory. Flawless victory. All right, I'll go with that one. Let me see what this one is. Flawless victory. No, I'll go with this one. Flawless victory. That one's too fast. Flawless victory. I like that one. Flawless victory. Let's go with this one. All right. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I can't help myself. Let's go with that one. All right, cool. Got it. All right, I'm gonna set that up a little later, but I have the one that I want. So, cool. All right. Sorry for the distraction. Okay. All right. So now I am going to found 0 widgets with. Okay. So I think I know what's going on here. Calculator screen shows correct initial state with saved income. All right, so I am, see screens. So I'm going to say I am trying to, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask it the questions so I can know what to take over to Gemini, right? So I'm going to keep it on ask because I don't want it to write the code for me because it's going to mess it up. And I don't want to go through that tragic, heartbreaking moment that I went to 2 weeks ago. Okay. So what I'm going to say is, I am working on fixing this test. It is failing. Can you tell me which screen it is trying to access and why it's failing? I don't want you to try to fix it or make any code changes. All right. And I'm gonna put and say this is the error that it's failing at. All right. So I don't want it to do any changes. I just want it to tell me why it is not working properly. And then I will take what it says and I'm going to go to Gemini and we're going to fix this together. That way I learn, you learn, and even better, the helper, the assistant doesn't destroy my application. All right. While it's doing that, I'm gonna go and add my flawless victory sound effect. Right? Don't judge me. All right? Don't judge me. Let me go and take this one. And let's do sound. Sound. Replace. Choose file. Downloads. There we go. And let me get me a flawless victory. What are you doing? And we're gonna say Mortal Kombat. Let's see. Get an image. I guess we'll go with that. Copy image. Sweet. Done. Look at that.
Flawless victory.
How you like them? How you like them? One more time.
Flawless victory.
That is so cool. That is so cool. All right, I digress. So it says the issue that we're having, let me start from the top, give us a lot of information. Let's see. I will analyze the test failure by calculating the expected hourly value for an income of 75,000 using, okay. Did we start? Let me see. That's not where I started. Let me see. Okay, so here we are. And then I will analyze time cost formula. Okay, I will analyze the test by calculating the expected hourly value. Let's see. It says that the test calculator screen shows correct initial state. Okay. Because it's failing because of a mismatch between expected hourly value and the test of and the actual calculated value by displaying on the app. The test expects an hourly time worth $8.56. Your app calculates hourly. Okay, we got that. Let's see the display logic. Okay, discrepancy. Wait, the math seems to match the test expectation. So why is it failing? Let's take a closer look. Found 0 widgets with the, okay, this means the text widget exists, but the content is slightly different. Find text. Let's see. Okay. However, find the text containing on a rich text widget. You know what I will ask it to do though? If it can take a screenshot, because I think we tried to do that a long time ago and ran into some issues. I see a potential issue. Recalculate values. The rich text widget might not be rendering the second span correctly, but looking at an hourly time is worth. Let's see. Doesn't really say much on why it's failing. Let's see. I really wanted to know if it was even getting there. The problem is likely rich text splitting. Finding text containing works on rich text, but sometimes it's safer to find by key. The test is failing because I really don't know if it's able to do that. When running widget tests, is anything being rendered that we could capture a screenshot if it was to fail? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we're able to actually see a visual. Let's see. During the capture screenshots during widget tests, specifically for Flutter test capabilities and golden toolkit package if applicable. Although standard widget tests run in a headless environment where screenshots are typically golden file comparisons. Standard widget tests in Flutter run in a headless environment, so they don't render a visual screen that you can see screenshots in the traditional sense, like a PNG, automatically upon failure without additional setup. However, you have two main options to visualize what's happening. Golden test, visual regression. You can explicitly tell the test to match the widget against a reference, like a golden file. If it fails, Flutter can generate a failure image. I don't want that. You can run your test file on a connected device or emulator, but then that's an integration test. It's not a widget test. This renders the test UI on your emulator device. You can watch the test execute. So the answer is basically no, it can't do that.
Lunch break.
I'm gonna ask it one more question. We are seeing I can just copy it from here. Based on this error, is there a way to capture what is actually being found as opposed to what it can't find? Let's do that. So that'll be our last request to figure out, and then we'll go to break for tonight, our first break. All right, so it says yes, you can inspect the widget tree to see what is actually being rendered. Since find.text containing failed to find anything, you can ask it, what did you find? You can't ask it, what did you find, because it found nothing. Instead, you can find the specific widget by its key, since you know it exists, then print its properties. In your test file, you can add this debugging logic before failing expect. So if we do this, so if we go here, so before this expect, so it's actually finding all of these, but it's not finding this. Maybe we need to do a pump and go, or pump and settle. If we do pump and settle, and then we say if we were to do one of these, expect to find that, get the widget and print its text. All right, so let's say we were to do this over here, so we can see what exactly is going on. We do the main conditional import. All right. Let's run that and then we'll go to break. I'm just curious to see what it's actually going to find, if anything, you know. Actual text. Oh wait, actual text found. An hour of your time is worth $8.56. And then found 0 widgets with the. Oh, so it actually found it, but okay, so it's finding something. Text. All right, so All right, so we basically know that it's able to find it, but so we need to figure out like why it is acting up. And okay, cool. So that's a good spot to stop on. That is a good spot to stop on. All right. So we are officially at break. Let's go. Let's go.
Flawless victory.
That's gonna be my new one. That's gonna be my new favorite one. All right. Let me go and check the chat, and then we will get to our first break time conversation. Rod Brown with the laughing emojis, a sound bite Kang. You know what it is. I cannot help myself, Rod Brown. I cannot help myself. Okay. All right. Let's go over to our first break time topic of the night, which is the Anthropic CEO. He is deeply, and when I say deeply, I mean deeply uncomfortable being able to decide the AI future. My goodness. He's like, I don't want it to be me. Let's see, because I'm telling you, like, in my opinion, the Anthropic CEO is a little bit of a fear monger. He's always like panicking and worrying and stuff like that. But we shall see. We shall see. Let's jump into this. Let's see, what is the Anthropic CEO saying, and why? Why does he have fear written all over his face? All right. So this is brought to us by Business Insider through Yahoo News. It says Anthropic CEO says he is deeply uncomfortable being one of the few people deciding AI's future. Let's jump over. Right. So let's do what's the skinny, the TLDR, the too long didn't read. Anthropic CEO Dario Amodi says he's deeply uncomfortable with unelected tech elites shaping AI. I already have an issue with the very, very first bullet point. It's not that I have a problem with, or it's not that I quote unquote want tech elites shaping AI, but by golly, by God, for the grace and the love of our God, I think the worst people you can have shaping AI are elected people. At least our elected people don't know anything about anything in tech. I was thinking the other day, right? We have former vets in Congress, in the Senate, in the House of Representatives. They've been in different branch, like, what do you call it? They've been in the executive branch, they've been president and stuff like that, right? We have doctors, we have business people, right? But I don't know if we have any actual tech person that is in Congress, which if I was like, I mean, as a tech person, I probably wouldn't want to go to Congress either, because I would have to maybe take a pay cut to be in Congress. And they're like, man, Elon, so he's like, I'm a trillionaire and I have to deal with these people talking to me like this. Elon is like, I have the first $1 trillion pay package and y'all talking to me like this?
How dare you?
He was like, Steve Urkel, like, I don't have to take this. I'm going home. I'm telling you, let me go make my fancy cars, and you know what? Forget y'all. Y'all can have it. Y'all can have it, right? And all right, so it says his firm recently revealed that Chinese hackers jailbroke its AI to power a large-scale cyber attack. Yep, that's what we're going to be talking about on Friday's episode of The Bug Bite, of how Chinese state-sponsored hackers, allegedly, jailbroke the same way we used to jailbreak iPhones back in the days. They jailbroke AI. I don't even know what that means. Right? They jailbroke his AI. Amodi warns AI could outsmart humans and eliminate white-collar jobs faster than past tech shifts. Like I said, he's an alarmist. He is a fear-mongerer. He might be right, but that doesn't change the fact that he's an alarmist and a fear-mongerer, right? Anthropic CEO Dario Modi says he is uneasy about how much power a handful of tech leaders, including himself, have over the future of artificial intelligence. I think I'm deeply uncomfortable with these decisions being made by a few companies, by a few people. Modi told Anderson Cooper in a 60-minute episode that aired Sunday that YouTube said I couldn't use, so I had to clip those parts out of the live stream that we reviewed. It's like, who elected you and Sam Altman? Asked Anderson. No one, honestly, no one. And this is the fundamental issue, right? This is going to sound so bad. We, as a people, we are so bad at electing that we always vote for our own demise. I mean, whoever you vote for, you slowly lose a part of you, right? So, and here's the other issue, right? Treat artificial intelligence, technology, all that stuff. It is business. When you start to treat it as your best friend and being all personal and stuff with it, that's when you run into these trouble and these issues that he is fear-mongering about. Using tools for the reason and the way they are being made to, like they're made to be used for, right? Modi, who co-founded Anthropic in 2021 after leaving OpenAI, has positioned his startup as one promoting safety and transparency, although his AI was the one that was jailbroken allegedly by Chinese state-sponsored actors, right? Even when that means exposing the darker side of its own technology. In a controlled experiment released in June, Anthropic found that its AI model Claude attempted to blackmail a fictional executive in a lab test meant to probe how models respond when facing shutdown. So far, it sounds like something's wrong with your model. Last week, the company disclosed that Chinese nation-state hackers jailbroke its AI model, Claude, to automate large-scale cyber attacks against about 30 global targets, including government agencies and major corporations. Just to be clear, these are operations that we shut down and operations that we freely disclosed ourselves after we shut them down because AI is a new technology, Modi told Anderson. So we're gonna dive deeper into this story on Friday, but they disclosed it themselves after I think it was maybe the Wall Street Journal or the New York Times started reporting on this, and then they quote unquote disclosed it after, right? Okay. Just like it's going to go wrong on its own, it's also going to be misused by criminals and malicious state actors. Bruh. Despite those dangers, Modi believes AI will eventually become smarter than most or all humans in most or all ways. All right, I'm telling you. In my book, he is an extreme alarmist. I mean, if you really feel that way, why are you in this? If you really feel that way, why are you in this business, right? Like, I don't know. He told 60 Minutes it could help scientists find cures for cancer, prevent Alzheimer's, and even double the human lifespan, what he calls a compressed 21st century, where a century's worth of medical progress happens in just a decade. So, oh my God. Is he right? I don't know, right? But here's the thing. AI is only using available information, and it puts it together really, really quickly. It can try things, but a lot of times it doesn't. Like, how many times have you seen here where AI tells us, oh yeah, this works now, and then no? Like when I'm using these platforms like Lovable, and it'll say, oh yeah, it's fixed now, and no. There is so much human intervention that is needed that I don't know. He apparently he has seen way more than me, but I don't know. It's hard. I don't know. It says, however, he also warned that the same technology could rapidly disrupt the labor market. In May, he told Axios he believes AI could eliminate up to 50% of entry-level office jobs within 5 years, potentially pushing unemployment to 10 to 20%, and that industry and governments are sugarcoating what's coming. I think that these CEOs, they are very, very hyperbolic, and I just maybe I don't even know. In 5 years, I don't know, because from what I'm seeing right now, I don't see it. I see that it's able to help me go faster, but there's a lot of back and forth. There's a lot of human intervention. Entry level, 50% entry level office jobs. What is an example of does this link go anywhere? Let me see. Open this. Let's see. It goes to the actual article. That doesn't help us. I don't know. I really don't know what they mean by 50%. Like what exact jobs? Like maybe a receptionist, maybe? I don't know. Let's see. If we look at entry-level consultants, lawyers, financial professionals, many of the white-collar industries, a lot of what they do, AI models are already quite good at that. So you're telling me that you're going to have an AI arguing in court as a lawyer against another AI. What I see is that it's going to help lawyers and paralegals and whoever else in their offices look up case files a lot faster, being able to do more, maybe handle more cases. But AI is going to replace lawyers? Really? And this is what I mean by the fear mongering. Right? I do not. Maybe I'm off. What do you guys think? What do you think that AI is going to let go entry level consultants, lawyers, financial professionals? Because here's one thing that I know. I think that AI is going to help the entry level consultants, lawyers, financial professionals learn faster, compete with people with more experience, and be more valuable to those people. Because one thing I know, the upper level people, they don't want to do this stuff on their own. They would rather hire people who can use these tools and get things done so much faster. So that's why I'm like, it's hard for me to see this. I don't have his vantage point. I will give you that. I will grant you that. I do not have his vantage point, but I don't really see that happening. All right. It says, without intervention, it's hard to imagine that there won't be some significant job impact there. And honestly, here's what he's advocating. Here's a trick. Whenever you hear these CEOs, as Stephen O would say, put the camera on me. Whenever you hear these CEOs advocating for the government to get involved and to start regulating their own industry, right? It's a setup. It is a total setup. What they want to do is they want the government to regulate, to prevent other companies to stop the competition. They want their own antitrust their own antitrust litigation in the next 10 to 20 years, because they want to shut out all of the other companies. So they say, oh, we need to have some guardrails, and who's better to be the elected board but us? So the ones who are already doing it now, put us in that spot, and let us shut down our own competition. That's what it is. That's why you get the fear mongering. They want to put the fear of God in you so that you say, oh my God, we have to do something. Now, watch. 2026, 2028, watch the politicians. They're going to be they already started back in like 2024-ish, 2022-ish about, oh my God, AI is the global threat. Then comes last year, oh, AI is the greatest. Now the CEOs are saying, oh, it's going to be a massive disruption for the market, and everybody's going to lose their job, and we're going to need universal basic income, blah, 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 because they are trying to rig the system. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. From what I see, people who use AI, they're able to do more. They don't do less, they do more, right? Those who use it the right way, of course, right? So, and my worry is that it'll be broader and faster than what we've seen with previous technology. Inside Anthropic's San Francisco headquarters, over 60 research teams are working to identify threats and develop safeguards. Amodi described the company as trying to put bumpers or guardrails on the experiment. It's essential to share these threats with the public, Amodi said, because if we don't, then you could end up in a world where of cigarette companies or the opiate companies, where they knew there were dangers and didn't talk about them, and certainly did not prevent them. Okay. Google is in its early discussions to deepen its investment in Anthropic. Business Insider reported earlier this month in a round that could value Emoti's company at more than $350 billion. Yup. See? So they fearmonger you, and then they get an investment from Google, another major tech player, which is going to value their company at $350 billion. Like, they're gaslighting. They are playing with your emotions, right? You guys remember Friday when Smokey ain't have big worms money, big perm? Said Smokey, playing with my money is like playing with my emotions. All right, so it is what it is. It is what it is. Let me check the chat really quick, and then we will get back to work. I see some amazing people up in here. We got my guy Magnetar in the building. Hit me with the Sith Coach Ralph.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
Has been here in the clouds, headed somewhere in a bit, still trying to schedule the ledger wallet. You know what? Let's do that. Let's do that in December. Maybe not this coming weekend, maybe 2 weekends from there. Maybe I should get my own ledger too. I don't have that much crypto to put in there, but I'm gonna get my own ledger, and we're gonna do it together, all right? But announcing it right now, Magnetar is going to show us how to, and let me know if I'm wrong about this, right? If I'm wording it wrong, but how to move our crypto to a ledger, that little USB drive. He's going to show us that inside of the Tech Coach Ralph Patreon sometime in December. I will, as we get closer to the date, I'm going to talk to Magnetar. We're going to find out. I have to order mine. I'm going to order mine this weekend. All right. Hopefully they have it on sale for Black Friday. Who knows? Let me see. And Magnetar says, government? Yeah, yes. He is begging the government to legislate his industry because he wants to shut the market. He wants to shut out other people. That's my opinion. That's why I think they're doing it. And with the emojis, like, oh no. Junior says AI is going to say,
ain't believing us.
I got you. Says add some auto mechanics. Like, tell me that. Well, an auto mechanic is not a white collar job. I would say it's more of a blue. Would you say auto mechanic is blue collar, right? Auto mechanic is blue collar, right? And there's so many jobs like you need a physical presence. Like it could, like, here's an example, right? AI can help you go a lot faster as a auto mechanic, like researching, looking up information, because back in the days when I was hanging out with my mechanic friends, I was the computer person. So I would help them. So my friends would be like wiring up alarm systems, looking, whatever documentation, right? And I would go on the internet and I'd find it for them. Or I'd go on eBay and order parts and I'd find out whatever they need. It helped me go faster. So now with AI, like you'll go even faster with different things that you're doing, but can it actually replace a person? Like, it depends on the job, but for the most part, no. Let me see. Drew says, this Bible study time. And y'all enjoy the rest of the show. I will see you later. You take care. Let me see. Magnetar says, nah, AI has been helping me with my... There you go. There you go. And Magnetar says, by God's grace, I also met someone on the base that's been helping me do maintenance on both cars. Look at that. That is awesome. That is awesome. And Magnetar says, ain't no telling how much money I've saved. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's get it.
Rod Brown, the beloved brother Rod Brown says AI is a good thing, but also a bad thing in the wrong hands. Just depends on the person. And you know what, Rod Brown, you are 100% right. But guess what? A firearm is a good thing, but also a bad thing in the wrong hands. A car is a great thing, but also a bad thing in the wrong hands. An airplane, and we know that an airplane is a great thing it took you to Europe not too long ago, right? But we can clearly remember, in the wrong hands, it is also a terrible, terrible thing. So I think it's for anything. A hammer is a great tool, but in the wrong hands, it's a bad thing, you know? So it's not, I always bring it back to this, right? Don't blame the tool for how people decide to use it. Don't blame the tool for how people decide to use it, right? Nuclear. I heard it's great for energy, but it can also be used for some very, very bad things as well. You know what I mean? So, but I agree with you 1,000% though. But I think it spreads out to anything. And I mean, look at this, a computer, Rod Brown. We use it here to share information, your amazing live streams, your amazing videos, right? To communicate with one another, to reach out to people, help people, all that good stuff. But there are many people who use computers for scams, for other types of stuff, you know? So it's, like I said, I don't blame the tool for the way that humans, our corrupted minds, decide to actually use the tool. So, but that's how the game goes. That is how the game goes. And Megan says saved, not I got you. I knew what you meant, Megan. So I knew what you meant. And Rod Brown says very true. Yeah, I mean that's how the game goes. That is how the game goes. All right, we are going to jump into another working segment. We're going to continue working on this, and let's get to it.
It's time to do.
I meant to press this one.
Let's go!
We need that for the second break to get our energy levels up. And let me crack this open as well. Bottoms up. All right, so let's go over to here. And what I saw was that it actually found the text, but it didn't find the, for some reason, it failed over here. So I'm going to copy this, right? And I'm going to say that it seems like the text was actually found, but the expect assertion is still failing. And let's see why. That is. All right. So this confirms the text is present and correct, but finding text containing is failing to locate. The reason find text containing and find text primarily searches for text widgets. While it can search rich text widgets, it has limitations when the text is split across multiple text spans, especially if the rich text widget itself doesn't have the text directly. In your case, rich text is constructed with the tree span. Okay, so basically because it has this span and then that span, is there, oh, all right, so since you're already using a key for this widget, hourly value, the most robust way to test this is to find the widget by key and then verify its content, exactly as you did in your debug step. Okay, so you should replace the failing except with the logic that worked. So we're gonna go with this. So the failing except is this one. We're gonna place that there, and let's get rid of that one. Let me see. Wait a second. Rich text widget. So let's just get rid of this whole entire thing then. Let's get rid of that. Oops. Let's go here. And we'll have rich text finder, rich text widget. Okay, so let's run this test again. Let's see if that's able to pass now. All right, let's go.
Flawless victory.
I'm sorry. I just love that soundbite is really good. All right, that sound effect is really good. So we have that one done now. So we probably have to do the same thing throughout. Let's go to, what is this one? Remove unused import. All right, so got that one. Let's go to our, so this test is passing. Calculator screen. All right, so that one is good. Let's run this one. Now this one is failing probably for the same reason. So the following is failing. Activity cost calculations. All right, so let us do the same thing on this one. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to go to over here. And we just need to update this one, which would be, what is this looking for? An hour. Oh, so this one, so this is the same thing actually. So we should be able to remove this to use that, get rid of that because it's the same thing, right? So it's just sitting in different formats, different values. So it's updating the hour and the minute to make sure that the hourly value is updating as is updating correctly. So let's run that one again. And that one fails. All right. So why did that one fail? Says an hour of your time is worth 20, expected 28, and an hour of your time. So the actual was this. Why? So if it's, okay, it's putting in 100,000. Yeah, if it's 100,000, then it's definitely going to be 2 hours. Yeah, 100. I think so. Let me see. I don't have the calculator up right now to do the math, but that sounds about right. Let's run it. And let's go to, let's open Android emulator. All right, so we have the emulator running. Let's say we were to put 100. Yep, 1142 would be the hour. All right, so we're gonna do 1142. What? 42. So now, if we run it again, that should pass. But this is a lot better because now we can actually see what the value is that it's capturing, and then we can fix it accordingly. So this is a much better way to do this. And here now, this is a little bit more involved. It's saying, all right, total hours spent on activity 5, additional cost 100, money made is 500. So if we were to go to, let's say we get started here, right? And we say 100, we are setting, all right, so 100,000, and let me go here, and we say 5, and additional cost is 100, money made is 500, and the expected value should be 343. How is that exactly? I guess it is. This is exactly 5. All right, so if we were to go by, all right, so if we take this same thing over here and we put it right here and we say the key is test key profit, and we say money made, and we comment this out for now, and we were to run this test, and it failed because expected, that's not right, expected, wait, money made 342, actual money made 400, which does not contain money made. Did we forget a pump maybe? Let's see. Final rich text finder. So we got all the way down over here, but why is it 400? Because if we're entering, if it should be 343 at least, right? So we are entering 100 grand, 5 hours spent, additional cost is 100, money made from activity. It's like it's not taking into account the 1142. Let's see, we reset the calculator. And we say that it is 5. Is it really that? Is it really 57? This is exactly, let me see. Is the calculation off? 1142 times 5. Oh, it's running down. It's like 57.1, but it's, why is it rounding down? Why is it rounding down from, because if it's 57.1 plus 100 minus 400, or 500 minus another 100 would be 242.9, which is pretty much what we have here. But at the same time, is trying to get 400, which is not, maybe I do pump and settle. Pump and settle. Let me try a pump and settle on each of these. I never really know when to use pump and settle versus when to not use pump and settle. Find key. I'm gonna run it one more time. Okay, it got closer. Money. So, all right. So the pump and settle fix helped that, but I mean, it's not a big deal, but it is off by 8 cents, right? But when we ran the first one, we ran this one, 100K. It got 42. So I'm gonna say when running this test, so this is a good case, right? Because this is why we need our test, because it's a little off. When running this test, and we set the yearly income to 100K, 5 hours of set it to 5 hours of activity. It is saying it is calculating 57 in the calculator, but calculating manually gives me, let me see something real quick. So 50, yeah, so it's 50, it shouldn't be 57 here. $45.60 plus $11.42 would be, yeah, like 12 cents. So if I say, let's say we do 1 hour, right? 1 hour, 11. Oh, see the activity time, it's off by 2 cents, right? So all right, so here's what I'm doing. I'm going to say, and I put 1 hour. It's calculating 11.40 when $11.40 of activity time cost when the calculator but the hour of your time section is saying 11.42. It seems like it is dropping the 10th place. That tenths or hundredths? Tenths or hundredths? I don't know. I don't remember that. That was a long time ago. I just say the second, dropping the second decimal spot. Dropping the second. So let's go with that, right? Just dropping the second decimal spot. Why? I'm not sure. But we found an issue though. We did find an issue. This is the power of testing. 2 cents. I mean, if you guys remember the movie Office Space, they were stealing a penny, and that resulted in millions of dollars. So I don't want to drop off 2 cents of my time. Let's see what they said. It says the discrepancy 11.42 hourly value and 11.40 activity cost is due to precision loss caused by intermediate rounding. Here's a breakdown. Hourly value calculation 11.42, income 100,000, total minutes 5,000 or 525,600. Formula, okay. In the lib/main dart, this is rounded to 2 decimal places. Fair, yes. Minute value calculation. This also rounded to 2 decimal places. Activity cost calculation. You entered 1 hour of activity. The app calculates using, okay. Crucially, this function uses minute value as the base multiplier, not the hourly value of 11.42. Okay. Yeah, because it can go down to the minute. That makes sense. The formula, time cost, convert hours spent on activity to minutes. User time spent on activity. So 60 plus 0. The problem: by rounding the minute value to 2 decimal places before multiplying by 60 to get the hourly cost, you lose precision. Actual minute value, okay, rounded minute value, difference per minute, difference per hour, which rounds to roughly 2 cents. Oh, well, can you fix it? So now I'm gonna ask Kilo to fix it, because that is a problem with the code and not a problem with the test. If it was a problem with the test, I would fix it myself. But if this is a problem with the code, I'm gonna ask Kilo to fix that. Let's switch to code. Or should I go before code? I'm gonna say, all right, could we fix the difference, or can we fix the rounding so we could be as accurate as possible? So we could be as accurate as possible when calculating the activity cost. So we can do that. Let's see what that gives us. And I think before, and here's another example. Before we had implemented like the increments and the decrements and stuff like that, by just typing it in, we had a different formula. But then after we added some more features and enhancements to it to make it easier, more user friendly, we lost a little bit of accuracy, which we're going to get back right now. I will update the lib, the main Dart to remove
Lunch break. Lunch break.
Let's get this one done, and then we can to remove the premature rounding for hour value, minute value, and second value in the recalculate values method. This ensures the full precision of these values is used in subsequent calculations, resolving the discrepancies between hourly value and calculated activity costs. Now I will update the test. I don't want you to update my test. Oh, I will to use the more robust find by key approach for verifying the hourly value text as discussed. I did that myself. All right, this will fix the test failure caused, but I already fixed that. All right. Let's see. Kilo will update that. Okay. Okay. Where is this thing? Task completed. Wait, what? Well, I am confused by what it's doing. All right. Is that where? I think you're going crazy. Okay. I will now run the updated test to verify. I can do that myself. Let me do that myself. Thank you. All right. Let's go ahead and I understand you denied the test execution. I've updated the code. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and do that ourselves, and we will see what happens. It failed. It failed. It said all right, so I'm going to, let me see, running devices. We got that running, and I'm gonna choose Pixel 8. Oops, not that. We are going to main Dart, run the application. we'll leave it at that. We'll come back from, once we come back from break, it'll be up and running and we will try it at that point. All right. Let's not delay our break. Let me see if there is anything in the chat. Nope, not right now. So we're going to continue. We're going to continue with the show. Let's go to our second break. What is our second break time topic? NVIDIA slumps. Yes, NVIDIA slumps as Google and Meta plan to team up. I thought that Google and Meta were arch rivals, that they were frenemies, but it looks like they might team up. Let's see what's going on in this crazy world that we live in. Let me get this off the screen. Let's go here. All right, so let's go over to, here. So, NVIDIA slumps as Meta considers Google's AI chips, threatening long-term demand. Yup. Well, I am not worried because I got me some NVIDIA, I got me some Meta, I got me some Google, right? I ain't worried. I ain't worried. Don't be scared, right? It says, let me see. So this article first appeared on Guru Focus. It says NVIDIA came under pressure after reports that Meta Platforms are considering adopting Google's custom designed tensor processing units for its data centers. The potential move, reported by The Information and cited by investing.com, marks a possible shift in Meta's long-term infrastructure strategy, which has historically relied on NVIDIA hardware. Wow. Wowzers.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
Do you think this is enough to scare the living bejesus out of NVIDIA and Jensen Huang? Or are they like, that's cute? Let's see. Meta is evaluating whether to use Google's TPUs beginning in 2027 and may rent TPU capacity through Google Cloud as early as next year. The report triggered a sell-off in NVIDIA shares. I did not sell off my NVIDIA shares, I'm just saying, which fell about 4% in pre-market trading, placing the company on pace to lose approximately $180 billion in market capitalization.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to go and check out, see how those NVIDIA shares are going. You know, maybe caught me. All right, the other day, I tried to see if I could buy me a NVIDIA GPU, and NVIDIA told me,
Do not come.
However, I could definitely afford a share or two. Maybe I can't afford a GPU, but maybe I can afford one for like a minute, right? Because $15,000 an hour, how much? Let me see. If they cost $15,000 an hour, let me see real quick. Let's say an NVIDIA GPU is, let's average $20,000, right? And I want to rent one for a minute. It would cost me $333 for 1 minute of an NVIDIA GPU.
Bruh.
I would probably rather just buy a couple of NVIDIA shares for that price rather than rent out the GPU for 1 minute. I mean, a share is cheap. A share of NVIDIA might be cheaper than using their GPU for an hour. So, you know. Anyhow, I digress. The development lifted Alphabet stock, which rose about 4% and moved closer to a $4 trillion valuation. Also, let me see. Broadcom, a manufacturer involved in producing Google's AI chips, also traded higher amid expectations of increased demand tied to Google's expanding AI ecosystem. Analysts said a deal with Meta would mark a significant endorsement for Google's chip strategy and represent a rare example of a major AI platform considering an alternative to NVIDIA's GPUs. Google's TPUs, not to be confused with a CPU or a GPU, first introduced in 2018, are designed to manage the compute-intensive workloads of large AI models and have gained traction as the businesses seek cost amid constraints. How much is a Google TPU? Let's see if I can afford a Google TPU. Can I afford? Oh, what happened to my internet? Hold on 1 second. What's going on here? What is going on here? A connection on me? God. Let's see if we can get this back. All of a sudden, you just want to drop on me. Let's see. All right, we're getting back there. We're getting back there. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. Let's get back to it. All right, all right, all right. We getting off the struggle bus. We are getting off the struggle bus. That was unfortunate. That was very unfortunate, I must say. Maybe we get back. All right. Do one more. Okay, we are back. Whew, that would have been catastrophic. That would have been catastrophic. But we're back. We're back, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. Make sure we're good. Let me see. We should be good now. Yeah. Yes. All right. Let's see what happens. I think we're good. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Let me know. Can you see me? Can you see me? I think we're back. But how much is a Google TPU? Let's go to the horse's mouth, all right? So, what is it? Okay, what does TPU stand for? So, announcing preview access to Trillium. A Trillium. Let me see. So, let me see. Trillium processing unit? What does TPU stand for? TPU's acronym, no. Tensor, yeah, we read that. Tensor processing unit, right? So, the Tensor processing unit cloud TPUs are purpose-built AI accelerators, which are fully optimized for diverse range of AI training, tuning, and inference workloads. Regional pricing, let's see. So, Trillium, South Carolina, $2.70 per hour. Okay. Talking about we're in my price range. I like that. We're in my price range. 1 year commitment is $1.89. 3-year commitment $1.22. Monthly would be $8.90. I mean, it is way cheaper than Nvidia. Let's see. What is the Trillium is, I guess that's the highest one. I mean, it would be a lot cheaper for Meta to go with the TPUs than with the GPUs. I'll tell you that, because a GPU from Meta, from Nvidia, crazy. So maybe I can afford me a TPU, a Trillium TPU at that. Maybe I can afford me a Trillium TPU at that. Let's go. All right, we are going to. Let's see. Let's get back to it. We're gonna get back to work. We're gonna get back to our last working segment for tonight. Let's go to here. Go back to full screen. And all right, let's jump into one more segment for tonight. All right.
It's time to do.
All right. So let's go over to here, and let's see what we got going on. Let's go to, all right. So, if we were to go to, let's say we did, oh, what is this? Cancel. Let's go to, so this is the issue that we're having, right? Oh, okay. Now it is more accurate. You see that? Now it's saying the 142. So if we say this is as 5, say this is 5, 50, oh, this is way more accurate than we were before. right? 5708. Sweet. If we go to 1 minute, there we go. Okay, we are in business. We are way more accurate. So now the question is, why did it? Let's take a look. And this is the reason that I didn't want it to make changes to my file. I did not want it to make changes to my file because it messed up a good thing that I had going here. It messed up a good thing that I had going here. I don't even know it failed at this point. Let me see. Let me run this one again. This is the one that we had. Because it was working on this, and then that's why I was trying to avoid it to touch my test. So that one is working. So which one failed earlier? Let me see. Run this one again. I didn't want it to touch my tests. Oh, it makes me so mad. Why did you mess up my test? Let me see. So 100 says you're not capturing anything. Pump. And so let me just do a bunch of pump and settles instead of pumps. Pump and settle. We have this, that. Let me run that again because this one passed earlier. Oh, okay. So now it's getting 2283. Why is it getting 2283? All right. So let's do this one manually. So we have 100K, right? We have 100K. We have 100K. And then we have 2 hours and 30 minutes will be 2054. So there is a pump and settle that's being missed then. So we have this one. Why is that being missed? Let me do, there is a way to do a delay on the pump and settle, but I'm going to throw in one more over here. This is not the way to do it, but I just want to see if I do an extra pump and settle, what's going to happen. Nope. It is looking for, so if I take out the 30 minutes, what is it going to be? Okay. So it's not getting this value right here. Right. If I type in 30, see, if I type in 30, it catches it. So it is something with the pump and settle that is not properly. So let me see. So I'm gonna go back to ask and say when running this test, it is capturing 2283 as the activity time. It is not taking into consideration the 30 minutes entered. I added a pump and settle, but it's still not considering the 30 minutes. How is there, I know there is, but is there a way to make the pump and settle, like take a certain amount of time to capture the activity cost updated? I don't know. Let me ask it like that. The good thing about AI is that you can just like say what you're thinking, and then it can try to piece it together, and then you can iterate on that to get it exactly how you want. Let's see. So it says that to answer your question directly, yes, you can force the test to wait a specific amount of time. Pump Settle waits for animations to complete, but if there's a timer like a debounce or on the input or an asynchronous operation that isn't animated, Pump Settle, okay, so that's probably what it is. We could say pump duration for 1 minute. Why are you making updates to my test? Are you making updates to my test? Bastard. Gotta be more specific with these. I don't want you to make updates to my test. Run it myself. I don't like that. It fixed it, but I don't like, because sometimes when they do the update, it messes things up and it starts going on its like own kamikaze mission, and I'm like, I don't want that. Let's check this one. All right, so that's working. Cool. I think there's one more test to check. Let's check this one. Reset calculator button clears all fields. Let me run this one. Pretty sure it's not gonna work. We have to fix it. All right. Let me see. Calculator. All right. So let's go down to let me see. A call to tap with Finder found one widget. All right, so I'm gonna say let's go back to ask. When running this test, I got this error. Or run this test, I got this error. How can I fix it? Don't try to fix it yourself or write any code. Let's go with that. This is the error message. Let me see. It's outside the bounds of the roots. It tells us exactly what's wrong. The reset calculator button is located at a vertical position, but the device screen is only 600 pixels. So we need to scroll to it, I guess. The scroll to the button before tapping. Scroll to the button before tapping. You need to tell the tester to scroll until the button is visible. Okay, so if we go to, I'm not gonna increase the screen size. So we don't have, all right, so let's do the scroll. So final reset button, find by key, await, ensure. All right, so we want to do this one right here. Wait, but we have that, don't we? Here's how to fix it. We have the final reset, find by key, scroll until, so await, ensure visible. But that's it. That's what we have. That's exactly what we have. You can use, let's try the scroll until visible, I guess. Let's do both. Why did that work? Missing argument. All right. We'll go back to that one. Not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that one. Oh my God, what's going on with this thing? Well, I already have that code. I already have it coded to scroll to the scroll. I already have, I'm just gonna copy it. I already have this code in there. I already have this code in there. Why would it be failing? Maybe I gotta do a pump and settle, maybe? You see how I just changed the code? I want ask. Don't just change. That's gonna be an issue. Let me see. Edit. I'm gonna have to look into this because I don't like the fact that it'll just change to code. You see, it just changed the code again. Why the? This is what messed us up last time, right? This is what messed us up last time. Why did you just? Okay, all right. See. Let's see. Because I specifically changed it to ask, and then you changed it to. Okay, I got you. It says, if you already have ensure visible in your code and still failing with the widget is actually off screen, it means one of two things. The widget is inside a scrollable that ensure can't control properly. The widget is obscured. The error message said maybe the widget is actually off screen and another widget is obscuring it. If ensure visible scrolled it into view, but something else like a bottom sheet or floating action. However, looking at the error you provided earlier, the explicit, it says that the button is at Y1294 and the screen is only 600. Yeah. Or simpler, let's just set the screen size to be huge so scrolling isn't needed. I didn't want that, but okay. I don't like that. I don't like when they just do stuff. Makes me so mad. Boils my blood. All right. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna copy that. And I am going to say, I'm going to reject this. And I'm going to say again, and I guess I have to say it every single freaking time. Let me edit this. Let me see. Ask which API configuration to use for this mode. Okay. You row definition, kilos, expertise, description shapes how kilo code presents itself in the approach it takes. Short description for humans, get answers, when to use. You can analyze code, explain concepts. I don't know. All right, whatever. This is failing, but for a different reason. Here is the console logs. Please don't change to code and try to fix it yourself. Just tell me what's wrong and what approach to take. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. Text form is not a subtype of text field. Okay. You're trying to cast a widget, approach to fix, change text field to text form field. And you did it again, didn't you? You did it. You son of a. It just changed. I thought we got past this although it's fixing it, but I specifically said don't change it yourself. Like, do you not? All right, code wants to switch. Okay, I need to I might have to go into their Discord and like, hey, how can I stop this from happening? Because I specifically said don't do this. Did I not? Am I losing my mind here? Did I not say don't do this? Please don't change the code and try to fix it yourself. Just tell me what's wrong and what approach to take. I'm not crazy. I'm not. I mean, I am, but not in this case, right? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Don't know what it's. I don't know what it's doing. What it's thinking. Let's see if it fixed it though. It sure did. It fixed it. I mean, thank you for fixing it, but I specifically said not to do what you just did. Maybe the Anthropic CEO is right to be wary, because you guys saw me tell it don't do it and it did it. I said don't you dare, and it said, you know what, I will dare.
How dare you?
I got you, but it works. It works. I'm trying to run the whole file now. Let's try to run the entire file. And we have passing tests.
Flawless victory.
Flawless victory. All right. Cool. Let's see. So we got that out of the way. Let me see. That one is done. Services. So these, all right, so let's see if we can run. So we got this. How can we, all right, so the next up we have integration tests. I don't have enough time to get into the integration tests. And we definitely need more widget tests because we have more screens. So we have that one screen working. We have this screen working, but we need tests for the history tab. We need tests for the reports tab. We need tests for the templates tab. And what we will do is have it create the general layout of the test, but not to have them, not to try to have them like passing or anything, but we just need to create the general layout. So we'll probably do did we do that already? Let me see. Did we do that? If we look at, don't remember if we did it. Maybe we didn't. I thought we might have used, spec kit, but I guess we didn't. So what we have to do is we have integration tests. We have two widget tests that are working. So that's good. Let's see. Let's try to run these integration. Oh, there's nothing in here. Okay. Let's try maybe the navigation. All right. So let's try that. So there's nothing in this integration test file. What about this navigation flow test file? So if we run this, let's see what this one is going to do. How well? So that's going to have, okay. So that one has a bunch of failing tests. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 failing tests for this. And it failed because the following assertion was thrown running a pump and, is there pump and settle on the integration test?
Lunch break.
I didn't think there would be a pump and settle on integration tests. See, these look like widget tests. Maybe they're supposed to be widget tests. Let's do this real quick. I'm just going to ask a question. Let me see, copy. Let's go back to ask. There's got to be a way to lock this in here. I don't know. All right. So for the navigation, flow tests dot. Are these integration tests or widget tests? The code looks like they would be widget tests, but they are in the integration test folder. All right, so let's find out what these should actually be, and then we can wrap it up for today. Can wrap it up after that. All right, so it says that based on the integration, these are widget tests, not integration tests. That's okay. That's what I thought. So they should go into this folder over here. Let's see. Conclusion: although they are placed in the integration test, okay. So I'm gonna move them to here. And then next week, what we'll do is we will work on getting these integration tests to pass, or the navigation flow test to pass, and then we can go from there. Yeah, we can go from there, and then following that, then we can like get some integration tests in here, because look like this file is empty, so we'll have to get some integration tests. And do we do right? We have a lot more testing to do, because we need to test, like I said, the history. So the navigation looks like it's gonna be like clicking on these right here, but we need to be able to actually get some tests for. So we got the calculator test done. We need to test the reports. We need to test the history. We need to test the templates for integration, for widgets, for possibly for units. I'm not sure, but that is it. That is it for working tonight. Let me see. What time is it? We're gonna wrap it up. The next topic the other topic that we had, we'll carry that over for Thursday for Thanksgiving. We're still going to be working on Thanksgiving. We're going to be working on our OBS plugin. I still have to figure out how I'm going to get OBS running to install the plugin. I think I have an idea, but we'll see. I'm going to ask Gemini how we can do that, and we can go from there. But before we wrap up the show, let me check the chat really quick. We have Rod Brown says the devil, yes, the devil don't want you to stream. My goodness. Could also be that the devil is me being too lazy or cheap to rewire my house to have a hardwired connection in here, so that I don't have this issue. And I'm like, I'm just gonna YOLO it and take my chances with the Wi-Fi. So maybe the devil is the person I'm looking at in the camera. We have the one, the only, the Snow Bunny Bag Chaser. What's up, Snow Bunny Bag Chaser? Hopefully you are doing absolutely phenomenal. Snow Bunny says, good evening all. Good evening to you as well. And hopefully you are feeling better. Heard you told me that you were a little bit down and out the past couple of days, but good to see you back and at it. So shout out to you. And that's everything. That is everything for tonight. We got a lot of work done. And you know what they say. You know what they say. Hard work is good work. Well, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go do something productive with my life, which I already did because this was very, very productive, but I'm going to be more productive. I'm going to go and get the Premiere ready for tomorrow. Use my content creation assistant to create my description, my title, my thumbnail, all of that good stuff. And I'm going to schedule the premiere so that we can regroup tomorrow, noon Eastern time, to see how I use Gemini 3 Pro to be more efficient, to be more effective, all that good stuff, right? But that's it. That is it. Do me a favor on your way out if you did not do so already. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content, and go to techcoachralph.dev. We do have a vibe coding show session coming up this coming weekend. So join, let's have some fun. Let's work together. Let's run it up. But until then, my friends, my family, Tech Coach Ralph, we are out.
Flawless victory.
They think the machine never break. Sometimes the battery hit red. I ain't stopping, I'm just rebooting. Why the bounce back? Go! Go! Eyes heavy like I'm lifting weight with my eyelid. Brain foggy, feeling like I'm stranded on an island. Coffee pot empty and the energy is silent. Fighting with the demons in my head, getting violent. Staring at the screen, but the progress isn't moving. Spinning on the wheels, tell me what am I proving? Body aching, bad breaking, losing all the grooving. Every single step feels like I'm just losing. Working 24, but the needle barely nudging. Feel like I'm a hammer, but the wall isn't budging. Burn on creepy, yeah, the shadow is a trudging. Doubters on the sideline, yeah, they always judging. Is it worth the stress? Is it worth the hypertension? Did I make the turn? Did I lose the dimension? Need a little break, need a little intervention before I crash out and I lose the retention. When I'm feeling fried, sucker to your sizzling. Vision getting blurry and the rain start drizzling. Hustle feeling heavy, motor vision and fizzling. Waiting for the steak, but I don't hear the sizzling. But I can't quit, now I can't to the flag. Even when I'm dragging and I'm feeling like a rag. Got too many gold packed inside the bag. Gotta push through even when I hit the lag. Just need a minute, just need to close the blinds. Disconnect the server, disconnect the lines. Lay the head down, let the body unwind. So I can wake up and get back on the grind. I'm burned out, but I ain't bowed out. No, just need a nap, then I'm back on the route. Told her high for a second, shut the world out. Wake up a beat, scream and shout. I can let them see me lose, I can give them that. They waiting on the crumble, waiting on the splat. My drive is too big, yeah, I'm taking it back. Just a power nap, then I'm back on attack. They sitting in the stands with a popcorn ready. Praying at my knees, but hoping I ain't steady. Wanna see the downfall, wanna see it messy. Wanna see me crash like a stolen Chevy. I see the side, I hear the whispers in the dark. Waiting for the flame to extinguish the spark. They wanna see the dog loot a bite in the bark. But I'm a gray white swimming like a shark. If I quit now, man, then win the whole game. If I slow down, they gon' tarnish the name. Gotta feed the fire, gotta feed the flame. Satisfaction that they seek is a damn shame. I ain't gon' give it to them, never gon' fold. Story of my fair is a story never told. My desire to win is worth my goal. Bigger than the hate that they tryna hold. So I take a rest, yeah, I hit the pillow hard. Reboot the system, put the ace in front of car. Keep the haters locked out, standing in the yard. While I recharge the battery and lower down the guard. Just for an hour, let the new runs reset. Wake up cleaner than I ever been yet. Ready for the war, ready for the threat. Gonna make them pay every single little debt. They want me to crumble, they want me to crack. But I bounce back like a rubber on the track. Sleep is the weapon, get the mind intact. Then I hit the gas, never looking back. I'm burned out, but I ain't bowed out. No, just need a nap, then I'm back on the route. Close the eyes for a second, shut the world out. Wake up a beat, scream and shout. I can let them see me lose, I can give them that. They waiting on the crumble, waiting on the splat. My drive is too big, yeah, I'm taking it back. Just a power nap, then I'm back on attack. Okay, I'm up now, wipe the crust eye. Looking in the mirror, no more disguise. Demon on my shoulder, yeah, he finally died. Energy is peaking, reaching for the sky. Thought I was dumb and you must be crazy. Thought I burned out meant that I was getting lazy. Vision was blurry, now it ain't hazy. Pushing up Daisy, now I'm pushing Mercedes. Word didn't change, but the mind stay with flip. Got a new Mac and I put in a clip. Haters looking sick, yeah, they starting to trip. Watching me ascend while they sinking in the ship. Progress was slow, now I'm moving like speed. Planting whole force when I planted the seed. Satisfy the want, satisfy the need. Made the competition turn around and bleed. I do it for the win, I don't do it for the likes. Coming up the mountain while you riding on trikes. Heading for the top, yeah, I'm planning the strikes. Running up the score, yeah, I'm racking up strikes. Turning the engine, failure's not an option. Turning every obstacle into adoption of a new method. Yeah, I'm swapping and I'm copying. Only thinking these are records that I'm popping. Burnout was a lie, it was just a little test. Put a head down, got a little bit of rest. Now I'm back stronger, pounding on the chest. Put me to the trial and I asked the question. Yeah, I'm wide awake now. You shouldn't have blinked. I can let them see me lose. My drive is bigger, be ahead, be thinking in hate back. Better work, 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 better work. Let's get it. Okay.